Why did I give The Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom a million hilarious commenters have already declared that this should actually be titled The Legend of Link. And in all honesty, they're not completely wrong. Whilst the setting, the creatures, the characters, the mishmash story all remain very Zelda-like, the changes do drastically mix up the gameplay, enough for this to be a spin-off of the franchise.
No! I want to be rescued by a handsome hero!
The most obvious change being the ability to create echoes of almost every object seen along the journey. Not only does this make every playthrough unique, but really plays into the creativeness of the player. YouTubers, eat your heart out. Unfortunately, if you're like me and have the creativeness of a Funko Pop designer, you will get through the game using only a handful of echoes. Need health? Have you tried a bed? Need to navigate across gaps? We have a lovely bed for that. Need to float across water? We could use It's the bed. It's always the bed. I did kind of miss the satisfying feeling of correctly solving a puzzle in this game, as I felt like I had cheesed a lot of them by using overpowered echoes. Now, obviously the truth is that there are many ways to skin a remlet in this game, and that's the point, but I guess the game's difficulty is what you make it. Another unique aspect of this game is the focus on playing the floor as lava to get to your next location, particularly delving in and out of the rifts around the world to collect Tri's friends. These rifts are like the mother of all messes, and is a puzzle in themselves just to traverse around them. I really enjoyed these segments as I could experiment to see when and where I could effectively put my bed. I really respect Nintendo for continually trying to reinvent the Zelda formula. There are a lot of Zelda games available on the Switch, but actually a lot of Zelda diversity too. All the Switch original games bring something new to the table. Zelda could have easily released a non-glamorous 2D Zelda game akin to the new Super Mario Bros., but instead they gave us a 2D Breath of the Wild. And that's one of the best compliments I can give. The 3D games have always been the more epic in terms of story and world building, and the 2D games have had an increased focus on tight controls and dungeon design. So tell me why exactly I'm sat here crying at Condi, a large yeti who thinks his family has abandoned him because he's not good enough. This caught me off guard a bit, as the overall story isn't particularly that deep. Maybe I just relate to this yeti more than I would hope. Just as it would have been a waste to not reuse the beautiful Breath of the Wild framework, it too would have been a shame for the personality, colours and cutesy design of the 2019 Link's Awakening to go to waste. Unfortunately, the developers put too much love into that game, so at times slowdown was a possibility. So for this game, where the potential for so many objects being on screen at the same time is incredibly high, Grezzo needed to strip it down just a little. The game still looks and plays great, but just not quite as shiny.
Looking good, princess! Especially from this angle!
I'd also just quickly like to mention the music in this game is slightly disappointing. It's not distracting or anything. Perhaps unfairly, Zelda is known for having amazing soundtracks, so it is noticeably bland this time around. Playing as Zelda takes some real getting used to, and I'm still not sure if I had it down by the end of the game, as I fumbled around pressing all the wrong buttons. It's a different style of gameplay to what we're all used to, but the art of reconjuring monsters to do your fighting whilst you have to constantly be on your guard to avoid taking damage is fun and satisfying.
You've killed me!
Good.
Was a brand new, fully fleshed out, beautiful looking 2D Zelda game on my 2024 bingo card? No, especially not when we are expecting a Switch 2 announcement any day now. I can tell you it's very different from the days we were waiting and waiting for Breath of the Wild and the Switch to be announced, with no crumbs to feed on. We're definitely spoilt for choice with Zelda on the Switch, but Echoes holds its own compared to its two older siblings, offering a new and exciting way to play Zelda, quite literally. I would also say this game is a lot more accessible to all players and isn't as daunting as its prestigious two older siblings. Mario and Luigi has a chance, but so far this is my pick for the best game of 2024.